Ramily, welcome into a brand new episode of the Rams Report. On today's show, we're going to be breaking down all the latest around Aaron Donald. Everything we've been hearing over the last week about his possible return, both from the man himself and from some others who know him personally who've commented on the matter. So all of that awaits you on today's show. But before we get into it, two things I want to let you guys know about. Number one, make sure you stay up to date with all the latest around Aaron Donald. Hit that subscribe button and lock in with the Ramily today if you are not already a member. And number two, I got to let you guys know, we pre-filmed this video because right now, on Monday, I am heading to get live on our Chat Sports main channel to embark on a journey where I will be live with a couple of our buddies playing college football 27 until we win a national championship with Kent State. If you guys are interested in checking that out, make sure you tune in. I'll leave a link in the comment section below. But let's jump in to our events on today's show, the latest on Aaron Donald here. This is what everyone's kind of been buzzing about. It's happened a couple days ago. He commented again on, this was a Clutch Points post. He left an eyes emoji when they commented, or when they posted this picture. I don't want to say, it doesn't actually look AI generated, so props to Clutch Points for not going the AI route there. And doing this with a real graphic designer is the word I'm looking for, of Aaron Donald with 2 Super Bowl rings, saying, what if he came back, played with Myles Garrett, and got another ring? And he left an eyes emoji, which of course they pinned. But like I said, not the first time we've seen this. I said again, he commented again, because a couple of weeks ago, for those of you guys who are Rams Report Real ones, who watch all of our videos pretty much, you know he commented on Rams Tapes. Shout out to Rams Tapes. They posted a pretty cool edit of Aaron Donald, said 1 more year, and they added him, they tagged him in it, and he commented a fire emoji 15 minutes after they posted that. It was 15 minutes after they posted that video. He left a comment. Maybe I need to start tagging Aaron Donald in my Instagram posts. But again, this isn't it. This isn't all we've heard from Aaron Donald on Instagram, because just a couple of days ago, I wasn't going to do content around just that stuff. I will say, you know what I mean? Like Instagram comments are Instagram comments. It's not the biggest deal in the world. But then you get this. The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is coming back with Chris Johnson. Obviously, that is a just super unfortunate situation, by the way, separate from this one. Sending our thoughts out to Chris Johnson as he recovers, or dealing with ALS, excuse me. The Ice Bucket Challenge is back because of that. And Aaron Donald, when he did it, nominated Myles Garrett, Kobe Turner, and Puka Nacua. So props to Aaron Donald for continuing to spread awareness of ALS, which is just absolutely devastating. But also nominating what seems to be only current Rams. Flash Myles, Kobe, Puka. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. At the end of the day, I don't think that's coincidental. And I don't think, and again, like the guy helping him, the guy pouring the ice bucket on him is wearing a Los Angeles Rams shirt. All of these things pointing to Aaron he's kind of teasing us a little bit here. You know, he's kind of playing with Rams fans a little bit here. But I don't think he would do this if he wasn't serious about returning. I don't think Aaron Donald is a guy who goes out of his way to drum up attention for no reason. You know what I mean? He spent a lot of time in the limelight during his career. He's a pretty private guy overall. He's bringing a lot of attention to himself right now for a reason. And we're going to talk more about that, plus what a former teammate of his had to say about the possibility of his return recently in just 1 second. But before we get into all that, I got to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And guys, it's America's #1 sports picks app, the good people over at Prize Picks. Guys, if you're a regular viewer of the Rams Report, you know I love playing daily fantasy on Prize Picks. But if you've never given them a try, or if this is your first time tuning in and hearing about Prize Picks, there's no easier way to play daily fantasy and get in on a lot of the sports action that you're probably already tuning into, like the World Cup, like some of that summer league action that's going on right now. All you got to do is pick 2 to 6 players. You're selecting more or less on their stat projections, whether it's points, assists, rebounds, hits, home runs, strikeouts, goals, shots on target. They've got plenty of options from all your favorite sports. Plus, Prize Picks has awesome social features that allow you to easily tailor fade your friends or your favorite creators, including me. Guys, I'm Jackson Durham on Prize Picks. That's the username, just my first and last with no spaces. And you guys can drop a follow on my username and see all of my latest lineups, including this one I've got rolling for the World Cup action right now. And, I had this one rolling recently. These games are currently over. I went with Lamine Yamal, the more on his goals, and I went with the more on Caleb Wilson's points, rebounds, and assists. So you guys can see all of the lineups I'm rolling with now on my Prize Picks profile. And if you're brand new to Prize Picks, make sure you use our promo code. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code HMA when you play your first $5 lineup to receive $50 in lineups. That's code HMA when you play your first $5 lineup to get an extra $50 in lineups with Prize Picks. Clickable link to download the apps in the comments and the description below. But again, I think if Aaron Donald came back, which I'll give my opinion on that again for those of you who have not heard it already in just a minute. But I truly feel, and there's been questions about this, surprisingly, that if Aaron was to come back, he would continue to be a real presence along this defensive line. I've heard some people question, like, if he comes back, is he just going to be kind of a nothing burger at this point, having not played the last 2 seasons? And I really don't think that's the case. For 2 reasons. Number one, or actually 3 reasons. Number one, this guy was dominant every season that he played in his NFL career. It's hard to bet against that. Number 2, we know how he's taken care of his body after retirement. We see that anybody who's following him on Instagram, which if you're not already, drop a follow, because if you want some workout inspiration, following Aaron Donald is excellent workout inspiration, because everybody feels like they need to get back in the gym whenever they watch one of his latest Instagram videos, which again goes back to the point of this dude's taking incredible care of his body. He's in better shape than I would say 99% of human beings, and a lot of the guys that are still actively playing in the NFL, he is in better shape than. Remember when Jared Verse went to work out with him that time? That iconic interview of Jared Verse talking about his workout with Aaron Donald, where Donald invited him over, Verse comes over, and what did he say? He said, I told his wife to call the police. That's how intense the workout was. He wanted out of it. He said, I got to go pick up my mom from the airport, and Aaron wouldn't let him leave. Aaron would not let this guy leave. He locked him in. And Jared Verse said he spent the rest of the day just laying in an ice bath, didn't get anything done for the rest of the day or the next day, because that's how intense this dude still is, even a year into his retirement at that point. Again, the last reason, all of that just talking about the way he takes care of himself, the mindset. Aaron wouldn't even consider coming back if he didn't believe that he could be an impact maker, if he didn't believe that he could be the guy he's been for the Rams throughout his career. Maybe not at that same level, but still someone who, A, is not going to have any sort of negative effect on the legacy he's put together, but someone who can make an impact on this that isn't just along for the ride. But I think, and this is making the rounds a little bit through Rams Twitter, I've seen it, Andrew Whitworth voiced a pretty valid concern recently when he was interviewed about the possibility of Aaron Donald coming back. That's what he had to say. He said, I think it's going to be how comfortable he is with going back out there and understanding not the positive, but the negative. And that is that you get injuries, and things that affect you past football. It's going to be how comfortable he is with that. Aaron's a guy like me. He's training all the time, no matter what. You know, when you go in there a few days, how you feel, and whether that's every day, life feels good, or I could sign up to play football, or whether that's everyday life feel good, or I could sign up to play football feel good, but only he will know that. So again, I think he makes a valid point here, but what I don't want this to get misconstrued as is Andrew Whitworth coming out and being like, Aaron Donald's not going to come back because he's worried about injuries. That's not what Andrew Whitworth is saying at all. That is not what Big Whit's point is. It's just that this is something that he's going to have to factor when he weighs this equation. Under one of the many things that Aaron Donald has to consider as he thinks about coming back. But I do think if you're worried about Aaron Donald injuries, there's really only been one in his entire career that actually cost him time. If you're thinking about like major injuries for Aaron Donald in his career, he had an ankle sprain, I believe it was a high ankle sprain, in 2022 in week 12, I want to say. Off the dome, I may be wrong about that. I know it was against Kansas City Chiefs. Off the dome, I believe it was week 12. But he had a sprained ankle. He ended up missing the rest of the season. They shut him down at that point, largely because that season was lost. We had a number of other injuries. Was there a chance that Aaron could have pushed through if we were seriously competitive? I do think so. At the end of the day, but they shut him down because that season was lost. Everybody who watched that 2022 season knows exactly why Aaron got shut down there. And it made sense to do it. I'm not criticizing the Rams' decision on that point. But again, I don't think Aaron Donald, he's not somebody who's dealt with injuries throughout his career because of a luck factor. Of course, you've always got to consider a luck factor with injuries. Anybody is susceptible to them at the NFL level when you are playing football at that kind of a level. But B, partially because of the way he takes care of his body. That has a huge impact on his ability to withstand injuries. His stamina, his durability are credits to the way he takes care of himself, to the incredible shape that he is in, and the incredible, he's just a specimen at the end of the day. He really is. I truly believe, again, and if it wasn't already apparent, it probably is, I think he's coming back. At the end of the day, and I've said this before, those of you who've watched a lot of my content, you knew this walking into this video, and because I've been consistent on it the whole time that we've had this discussion. I truly feel ever since he started to engage with it, ever since he started to feed into this with the Pat McAfee text and everything that's happened since then, it's just too much. It's just too much smoke for there not to be fire. I know I've used that analogy before, but I really feel it is an apt one because we're seeing so much smoke around this, and eventually we're going to see the fire. I know there's a lot of non-believers out there, but I want to know, where does the Ramily stand right now? Do you believe that Aaron Donald is coming back? Give me a Y for yes in the comments. Give me an N for no if you are a non-believer in Aaron's return at this point. I got to know. Where do we stand here, Ramily? Y for yes, N for no. And if you've made it to this point in the video, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to watch me and a couple buddies try to win a national championship in college football 27, head on over to the Chat Sports main YouTube channel at 2 p.m. today and tune into the live stream. The link is in the comments below. I'll see you there.